Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of No More Excuses. Yes, it's me, Sandy Ballard, your favorite badass kick in the ass business coach. And today I'm coming in hot because it is the beginning of June. It's already June. Yes, that's right. We're halfway through the year, or I guess we're starting the last month to get us halfway through the year. So we just got to let that sink in. I talk with all my clients about this. I let them finish that sentence. It's June, and then I leave it open so you can share your emotion. If you're excited, not excited, all I know is we're almost halfway through the damn year. And so, depending on where you are with your goals, you're either feeling pumped and proud or panicked and pissed. Maybe both. Who knows? And hell, I'll admit it, I'm a little off track too. For most of you who are hardcore followers, you've noticed I have not published a podcast except for the beginning of May. And that's because I was traveling some business, but mostly due to my father being ill. And unfortunately, he passed, but shit happens. And I've had to deal with that. So I reprioritized my priorities and focused on my family. So, yeah, I really didn't focus on my goals in May. And so now that's gotten me off track. But guess what? Guess what I'm not doing? I'm not quitting. I'm not bitching and crying. And definitely not making excuses. So here's the deal. Being off track doesn't mean it's over. It just means it's time to get real, refocus, and restart. So let's dig in. Here we go. You ready? Yes is the right answer. So it's time for a gut check. You got to ask yourself, where am I right now with my goals? What did I say I was going to accomplish by now? And what have I actually done? Right? This isn't about shame, it's about ownership. If you're crushing it, hell yes, keep going. But if you're like most people, maybe you've ghosted your goals a little bit, maybe this is time to revisit those and it's your wake up call. You've got 6 months left. That's 26 weeks, 182 days. Thank God for the Google giving me that information. But that means is there's plenty of time to get your shit together, right? But not if you're going to keep pretending that you'll start next week or when things calm down, when you have enough money, when you have this, when you have that. It's now, right? Now is the time. This is your time to calm down, look in the mirror and say, enough. It's time to recommit, reset, and reignite talked a lot about over the years. We all have that little fire in our belly, and sometimes it sort of drizzles out, fizzles out, drizzles, fizzles. We're gonna go with fizzle. So it's time to reignite that fire. So let me walk you through how we can take control starting today. Number one, reset. Look at your goals like I am. Cut the crap. Which ones still matter? Which ones were fluff, maybe a little ego driven or overzealous, or just a shiny distraction? Pick 1 to 3 real powerful goals that are going to move that needle to help you get the baby steps going, to make the progress, to give you the motivation to make shit happen. You got to focus on something from now through December. Number two, recommit. Yes, write that shit down, post it where you'll see it, say it out loud, tell someone, post it on social media, whatever. Declare it to your team, your partner, your coach. Hell, email me. I'll hold you to it. My email, Sandy with an I at sandyballard.com. Because quiet goals get forgotten. Loud goals get done, right? Number three, what I was just talking about, reignite. It's time to reignite the fire. Do something today that makes you feel back in control. Maybe that's rewriting your goal list. Maybe that's cleaning your damn office. Maybe that's making a scary phone call you've been avoiding. Momentum creates motivation and the other way around. I sat there today and followed up with a bunch of people I needed to follow up with. In one of my weeks that I was gone, I did have a couple workshops and I needed to follow up with those people. and cleaning up the email inbox. I know that's a shit storm for most people because a lot of times it's junk mail. And even I missed some things over the course of May and was like, oh, great, that subscription got renewed. Didn't see that email. Shit just happened, and it's time to reset, recommit, and reignite. Okay, so here's what I'm doing, which I just told you a lot or a little bit that I went through today. So, it's already midday here in California. So sorry I didn't get this to you first thing, but I had to sit down and get control of my to-do list, my priorities, and do some follow-ups that I needed to do. All right, so I'm not preaching from a pedestal. I'm talking real shit that I've been going through. Yes, here's what I did today, well, and I'm going to do this week. So today, after I get this set up and get back on track with my podcast, I'm going to, say no to a couple opportunities that weren't aligned. Like tonight, I have a really exciting networking event through Cloverleaf, which is the platform I use for all my disc assessments. They are, after all these years of using them, having an in-person networking event. And I'm like, that's going to be super cool. However, I forgot I had to reschedule a bunch of doctor appointments, nothing major, but just have so many things to do and so many things to get back on track. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. And I've already emailed them and said, if you see me, you see me kind of thing. So I remapped out quarter 3 with smaller, tighter, more intentional goals. And I booked 2 accountability check-ins with my business besties. And you know what? That is going to help me stay accountable as myself, because just because I am the badass business coach doesn't mean shit doesn't happen, right? I can't expect badass results if I'm not making badass decisions. And you too. You got to get back in that driver's seat and start driving down the path you want. But you've got to identify that path, because that path may have changed. Or if you're killing it, is that path still where you want to go? Do you need to deepen the path, make it longer? Do you need to make it bigger, right? So here are my final thoughts. June isn't the end, it's the middle. It's your checkpoint, and it's your fix your ponytail, try again moment, right? Okay, guys, if you don't have a ponytail, maybe you do. Fix your tie, fix your shit, fix your pants, pull up your little big boy and big girl pants, and let's get shit going, right? Don't waste the second half of this year because the first half didn't go perfectly. And again, if it did go perfectly, or you are in alignment with what you wanted to achieve, that's great. It's a time to reevaluate and make sure you're going to stay focused, because sometimes if you're on track and things are a little too easy, you get a little lazy, you get a little complacent. So this is the time to make sure you're not being complacent. All right? Don't waste the second half of the year. Remember that. You're not here for perfect, you're here for progress. You're here for growth, and you're here to be the badass that you were meant to be. So, what are you committing to? Right? What do you need to reset? What are you recommitting to? What fire do you want to reignite? Post it, tag me, email me, Sandi@sandiballard.com, and let me help hold you accountable. Because June isn't your excuse, it's your launch pad. Now let's go finish 2025 strong. No more excuses. All right. I'll catch you next week, barring any more shit that goes sideways. And don't forget to share this email, podcast, whatever I'm doing here, podcast, with a fellow business badass who might just need this. Cheers.